It is now time to put in your foundation wall. So I have my first floor view selected, and I'm going to go down to the north elevation. East elevation is going to show less, so make sure you choose north elevation. And zoomed in here, I can see I have my first floor, foundation, crawl space, and so on. I want my crawl space elevation to be right here, right kind of at that top layer here, the bottom of the floor. So I'm going to click on the crawl space, and then I'm going to choose Align, and I'm going to align to the bottom of the floor, and then click on crawl space. So that shows me that the floor probably has a thickness of 10 inches and 3/4, or 10 and 3/4 inches, because it aligned it there, and first floor was set at 0. So the next thing I need to do is I need to make my foundation 4 feet below that, because remember from your habitat specs, the foundation walls were going to be 4 feet thick. So if I click on this, it's already minus 4 feet, so I really need minus 4, 10 and 3/4. I'm going to type in 10.75, that's 10 and 3/4. Now I'm going to be able to put in foundation walls that are 4 feet thick. And last, let's go ahead and set the bottom footing. I'm going to actually delete top of footing. So right click that, delete that, and we're going to delete that view altogether. We really won't need that one. And let's move bottom of footing up. And actually I could just type this in. I want this to be 6. Whoops, I'm sorry. I need this to be 4 inches thick compared to that right there. So if I add 4 inches onto that, I'm at minus 5, 2 and 3/4. And that gives me a 4-inch thick footing. And that's at the bottom of the footing. So let's now go to our first floor, and we're going to end up drawing or creating those foundation walls. So foundation walls, we have to create that, and I'm just going to go up here to foundation 10-inch concrete. We're going to need to edit this, and what I would like you to do is if we take a look at our habitat specs, you'll see that it is 8 inches thick, and we need to insert a couple layers for insulation. So again, review that habitat spec sheet, and it will show you the material, the category material for each of these, and it'll also show you the thickness. I'm just going to throw a number in here for right now. Make sure you check that, and you also look up what the category is. This is going to be a thermal layer because it's insulation on both of these. So again, check those, double check the thickness, and it's important that they are above and below the core boundary of concrete. So I'm going to hit OK. And you know what I should have done there is duplicated that and renamed that. So I am going to do that. I'm going to call this my 8-inch concrete insulated, and then hit OK. Now that we have our wall created here, we need to draw it in here. So you need to be in the crawl space floor plan. That's the only way that it's going to not argue with you for drawing this. It presets the base constraint to foundation, which is what we want. We want to go up to level crawl space, and that gives us a 4-foot unconnected, which is exactly what we wanted. Location line should be set to core face exterior. So I've changed it to a little bit more challenging type floor plan just because a lot of you have something like this, and I want to show you how you can do this foundation correctly. Move this out of the way here. So we're going to choose the just this line tool here, and I'm going to go to the corner of this. So again, double checking your constraints. Should be crawl space foundation wall unconnected 4 feet, core face exterior. If we start in this corner and we draw, now yours may not show the wall line like mine is showing it, and when you click here you might get an alert in the bottom right corner that says nothing is visible. Just ignore that and keep going. I promise you it actually is working, but it is critical that you do this clockwise. As you see that I'm doing this, you cannot go counterclockwise because it's not going to draw it correctly because we're going core face exterior. So the wall is going to be kind of outside of the house. So just to see if this worked, I'm going to go into 3D view, and it worked because I'm super awesome. So you can see that it's overhanging by a little bit. That's for a reason. I'm going to show you why. We go into our first floor view, and I click on view and then section. I'm going to take a look at a section view here, inside to outside with that section view. And then we open up our new section view down here, and
you can see in fine detail. You can see I have my foundation wall here, and this is the 8 inches of concrete. It's directly below the floor and the wall. I have 2 inches of insulation, rigid foam insulation outside this wall. It's non-structural, that's why it's outside the floor and the wall, and 2 inches of batt insulation inside. This is exactly what it should look like. If it does not look like this, then you may need to Control-Z, undo it, try this thing again, call me over for help, whatever you need to do, but that's how we need this thing to look. So go ahead and give this a shot.